All right, guys, another quick uh, YouTube video. I'm going to go over marketing ideas specifically on brand new homes. It's a great idea. I actually saw several agents doing it when I was out showing new homes. Um, and here's kind of some steps. Let me share my screen on how you can approach and do that. So there is new home communities. I live in Katy, and Katy alone has got several communities. Um, Ellison is one of them. This is one of the packets I got from the builder. There's another community, Chesmar Homes in Katy, Jordan Ranch. KB Homes has got homes in Katy. This is their packet. So what you've got to do is you've got to do a little bit of research. You got to get first, you got to find the new home community that you want to try to work in, and you've got to channel that. Okay, there's an app that you can go to find new homes in your area. It's called New Home Source. It's an app. Click on it. Okay. All you've got to do is just like the HAR app. I'm waiting for it to load. You can click on communities or builders. Now, while that's loading, if that app doesn't suit your fancy, you can go to like the home builders like Chesmar Homes, Taylor Morrison, Beezer Homes, Lennar, Pulte, Chesmar Homes. I think I said that. Highland Homes, Perry Homes. I think I said Taylor Morrison, KB Homes, Weston Homes. And I said KB Homes. You can Google them, go to their website, and they will display every single new home community in Houston that they have. And then you click and you find the website to the model home. And you can go to the model home. And here's the idea. Where am I? Why is it not loading? It's not loading for some reason. Let me take off my internet. Maybe it's just my internet. So communities, typically what you can do is you can search, hit the search bar. It's just not loading, my luck, of course. So let me get out of it. Let me go to new home source. Okay, so click map search. It'll actually give you, or you can you can put in the city or the zip code, maybe your zip code where you live. So for instance, I live in Katy, 77450. Hit done. Done. I usually do map search. So I'm not sure why I hit return. Anyway, if you hit map search, it'll bring you up to allow once, and you can kind of search around and see where the communities are in that area, and then it'll pop up. Okay, so if that doesn't do it for you, then you can search the website. So there is some master plan communities that have, like Ellison in Katy, that's just an example. It has a welcome center. And that welcome center is not affiliated with any of the builders. It's just a welcome center for that community since they're trying to drive traffic to that area. And Ellison is a neighborhood in Katy that has several builders. Now, if you go to that welcome center, they tell them you're a real estate agent. They will fill you in on the details of that neighborhood. The welcome center will. Not every community will have a welcome center. But if you go in, let's say Google, and you find, let's say a KB home, KB homes are really good, like first-time home buyer homes. And you can click, look, it gives you all the communities that they're building in. You can click on the map and expand it. So let's pick this one. It gives you KB Homes, when it opens, directions, and then you can go find, okay, well, I don't want that one. I want this one. Gives you directions, directions, directions. So what you do is you go and knock on the door and ask the sales lady, she's a salesman too, just like you are, and say, hey, can I do an open house on one of your inventory homes? Or can I come in the model on Saturday and can I help you field some clients? Now, some of them may tell you no. They may say, no, our headquarters, they're used to that question, trust me. Our headquarters doesn't allow that. But some of them may say, hey, we have an inventory home that's down the corner and I can never get there because I'm so busy and swamped, especially on the weekends. And sure, you can sit in there with your laptop and field clients as they come in. And what happens is when I walked into this Taylor Morrison home, there was an agent that was sitting in the office next to the salesman. I thought he worked for Taylor Morrison. I thought most time there's two salesmen in every model home. But the salesman goes, no, that's actually a real estate agent. When you sell my product, I allow you to come in and set up shop for the day if you want and field clients. Now the ones that have realtors, of course, he can't help, but think about it. If the ones that don't, and he's allowing you to set up shop in his model home, how many people? There was 5 people that walked in for the hour and a half I was in there. 5 people, if even one of them didn't have a real estate agent. Now, you have to build that relationship with that builder. Meaning, I say builder, meaning not the actual builder, meaning the salesperson in the community. Okay, I'm also obviously having some internet issues. So if you go to that community and you say, okay, I'm eager, I'm in real estate, admit to them, say I'm new, but I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to help. And when you get overloaded on like a Saturday, I want to step in and help. But they're going to expect and need you and want you, or they're not going to do it, for you to know everything there is about that neighborhood. So before you even go there, you need to do your research on that community. Everything you've got from the internet, you need to do. Everything you can possibly do in that community, learn it. Learn the floor plans, learn the square footage of the floor plans. You can ask them for a packet. Chesmar Homes gave this to me. And in this packet is the inventory homes, the homes that are built or in building progress, and floor plans of all their homes and the price range of that floor plan. So learn it like a book. Because when clients walk in, you need to say, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah with Texas United Realty, but I'm helping out Chesmar Homes today. And how can I assist you? And and you're just assisting. And then when you gradually get into it, it's like, okay, well, look, I'm assisting today. If you don't have a real estate agent, I'll be glad to help you. If you have a house to sell, I can do that, as well as help you with buying this one. And if the salesman lets you, that's an if they turn you down, you just simply have to go to another one. But find a master plan community or a community near where you live. Let's say you live here. Well, then this might be a good one. Or these two. Or if you know up here, the Magnolia area well, then go there. You have to be familiar with the area and most definitely the neighborhood. I'm telling you, that salesman in that model home is not going to let you sit in that model home or her inventory house unless you know that neighborhood like the back of your hand. So do your internet research and then get there and get their packet and say, I'm willing to learn everything about this neighborhood. But in return, would you allow me to do an open house in one of your model homes or one of your inventory homes? Inventory home means the house is already built or almost completed. Now, if it's not yet completed, she might not want you sitting in there because it might be a shell and it might be hazardous. I mean, walking through is one thing, but staying there, and if it doesn't have air conditioning, yikes. but I'm saying an inventory, completed inventory home or her model home. And they might have a model home park where there's several model homes and she can be in one and you could be in the other. And then once they come through, you can help build them. They could use the help. Let's be honest. Sometimes they get 3 or 4 people walking in at a time, and sometimes they're happy. The busier they are, the happier they are for help. Then once you build that relationship and you go back the next weekend, maybe the next weekend, eventually they're going to learn that you are a professional and you are adamant about selling homes in that neighborhood or that area. And guess what happens when a client walks in that doesn't have a realtor and needs to sell their house first before they can buy? Your name is going to come to the top of the list. You're already there. You bring Starbucks, bring them some Starbucks. You're already there. Your cards are there. You're at the top of their mind because you're the agent that's there. This agent that sat in this office, he told me himself, had already gotten 10 deals from him from walk-ins year to date. And he's so busy, he's got a partner and he partners up. And they both take turns. One does Saturday, one does Sunday. I think that when y'all are doing open houses, and you can reply all to the email and ask, or text me and I'll get with you with somebody. There's somebody that's just as eager to team up with you as you are with them. And I get it. You'll have to work something out. If you get this deal, I'll get the next walk-in. But if you pair up, there's usually more confidence in it. But if you don't want to do that, then don't. Get to know the home, get to know the area. I'm having internet trouble, so Google it. Google Perry Homes. Look, I was already searching Perry Homes in Fulshire. Perry Homes, Houston. Look at all these. If you have, some of this is the design center, you don't want to go there, or the corporate office. Here's some in Cane Island, which I know Cane Island is in Katy. That's corporate office. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go to the design center. Just a little heads up, once you get it under contract, the builder does the contract by the way. You don't even have to write up the contract. You have to make sure the builder puts your name as the real estate agent on the contract, but you don't even have to write up the contract. And it's pretty cool because you go to the different builder meetings with them. There's usually 3 or 4 of them throughout the process in each different phases. Pre-pour, meaning before the slab's poured, pre-drywall, before the drywall's put in, and then right before the final completion of the home. And usually another one at completion right before closing. So you go to that, you learn how the house is being built. I've learned more on new homes being built, watching the progress and going to all the meetings than I have with anything else, which has taught me about resale homes, because now I've seen what's behind that drywall. I've seen it 1,000 times. I can tell you how the layers are laid out and the different new technologies they're throwing in, and the different wireless and the comms, which is like the wireless system, surveillance systems, just the way they're wiring up the homes, the energy efficiencies that they're doing, the spray foam or a radiant barrier, the better HVAC, which is your AC system and heating system. I've just learned so much because things keep progressing. So you're going to learn a ton, and you're going to get so familiar with that neighborhood in that area and then that would lead, when you sell them one home, who do you think they're going to go to when they need to sell it in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years? You're the expert in that house, that neighborhood. So it's a great way. Again, you can go to New Home Source. You need to should have that app on your phone anyway. HAR, can you find new homes on HAR? Yeah, you can. There's just not every new home builder puts their stuff on HAR. So HAR, you can do a nearby home search, and then you can filter it to like 2022 and newer, and then you would get all the new homes. That would be a good way to do it. So anyway, brand new homes, you're gonna get denied maybe a few times, but keep plugging away. You will find a salesman that he told me that the model home next door, he said He goes, yeah, they've already got really their go-to agent, and he's already sold like 22 of their new homes. And every time she needs a client that needs to sell her house, she just puts his name down and says, hey, call this guy. And I'm telling you, but he's built that relationship with that salesperson. Um, and he obviously knows the product in the neighborhood like the back of his hand. But most clients need to sell their house before they can buy. And some of them will have a realtor. You're not going to get everyone that walks in the door, but you're shaking hands and you're building a relationship, and you're getting going. You're getting the fire going. If you get one a month, that's more than what 80% of the realtors out there sell. And these aren't new homes, are not cheap anymore. You're looking at 350 on up for most brand new homes, 300 and up. So, I mean, do the commission on that if it's, 3%. But ask them, say, what are you offering realtors right now? If I bring you a buyer, they will be glad. They have to greet and log so many realtors that they need to talk to each week. They have bosses too, and they're trying to push their product and hoping that the realtors will bring them a buyer. So if you're there asking for information, there is not one salesperson that has been neglected at giving me information. And then giving me a packet. And if it's a master plan community, meaning there's several builders in there usually is a welcome center or some sort of community center where there is a person there that will. I know Wood Forest up in north of the Woodlands has a welcome center, and she will give you every packet for every builder in there, and then show you the map of the whole layout of the neighborhood. You can learn a ton just from that welcome center. And the ones that don't, like I said, you got to go there and form a relationship and ask if you can do an open house. And it's pretty simple, because usually you don't even put a yard sign in. Sometimes if it's an inventory home, that you just put one sign in the yard, but most of them they're being directed because KB or Taylor Morrison or Perry Homes or Pulte Homes direct people there through their hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing that they do. So tell me that you haven't heard of KB Homes, or Perry Homes, or David Weekley Homes, or Lennar Homes, Lennar, KB Homes. Those are really good ones to get. I mean, just Google new homes in Houston. Chesmar, that one's kind of an expensive one. I mean, the super expensive ones I would stay away from. I don't think they're going to be as busy. I mean, great, more power to you if you go in an $800,000 neighborhood and you sell one. But I would stay at starter first time home communities, $300,000 to $500,000 range. That's where I would try to personally. That's where I would try to be at. A New Home Source. That's that app that I was telling you about. There's their website. Zillow, I mean, they New Home Builders, Perry Homes, Centex, Pulte, Gehan, Realtor.com is advertising some, Lennar, MI Homes, that's another good one. Beazer is another good one. Learn about how they're constructed. Learn about these homes. Go to the sites and see what the frame stage looks like. Ask the home builder, well, what energy efficiencies do you have? How are you different than other builders? Take notes and learn. And the more they know that you know their product, the more they're going to trust you to do an open house. I even asked, I said, why is he sitting in that office next to you? I mean, he doesn't work for your company. He said, well, he does give us business whenever he gets a buyer. He leads them through here, but my partner's gone on vacation. And quite frankly, I can't handle everybody that walks in. So what, that guy gets to? Sure, he's helping the ones that have realtors, if you will, he's giving them information. He just gave them a packet, and said, hey, what can we, any questions we can ask? But what he was doing for, I noticed he was fishing for, and finally he would ask, are you working with a realtor? And if they said yes, he'd say, oh, great. And if not, he was having the cards. What you do is you register your client when you bring them in, like my clients. I brought my clients in and I filled out the registration card that the new home builder gave me. And of course I put their information, and then I put, are they working with the realtor? Big fat yes. And then I put my name, my company and my license number. And of course, my number. So what he was doing is if they weren't, he was like, well, I can certainly help you. Do you want to look at some inventory homes? Do you want to look at the floor plans? He was helping them. But on that registry card, he was registering them. He was getting their information. A, that's a lead. B, he was putting down himself as the realtor. And then he knew every single bit of information about that neighborhood, every bit. He knew all the other builders, what their price ranges were, what inventory homes they had, what floor plans they had for the what price, what their options and upgrades were, everything, lot premiums, where their lots were located. He'd obviously done his research and homework on that neighborhood. So that's just my marketing tip. I hope that I hope you can make it work. And I'll end this now.